it's the difference between being one of those realtors crying and complaining that they can't get an offer through or versus being super successful.
So the big question is, what are top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate, grow their teams and add more transactions year over year while so many struggle? To get the answers, we interview top real estate agents to learn their secrets to success. Listen, we believe every agent should make a minimum of $100,000 per year, and we're on a mission to make this happen. We've already helped over 100 agents achieve this with our coaching. So if you want to fast track your business growth, get to your first $100,000 in GCI or add another $100,000 in GCI using social strategies, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com, or you can just click the link in the description below. Also, just make sure to follow us, hit that subscribe button, and if you get any value from this at all, please tell a friend and leave us a review. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Elite Agent Secrets.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Elite Agent Secrets Show. Today we've got Stephen Radlinski with us. He's been in real estate for 16 years. He's owner and partner of New Mexico Home Deals, over 100 transactions in 2020 and 2021. He's also the 2020 Agent of the Year in New Mexico, and he's on the cover story of ABQ Reels Producers. I've not heard this. So you're gonna have to break this down for us. Also, in the August 2020 of Broker Agent and a 7-star agent. Today we're going to be discussing communication, building relationships, lead sources, and some hot topics. This is one that Stephen wants your feedback on. So you're going to have to send him a text and email at the end of the show on the 2022 market. Go through predictions, the shit that he thinks is going to happen, or maybe not happen. Let's see. Stephen, he's on the road with us today. He's a busy boy, so we appreciate you jumping on the show and sharing with us some of your secrets to success. So take us back. This is the way we like to start. I want you to take us back. 16 years ago, you were crazy enough to get into this world of real estate. Why did you make such a terrible choice, and have you been regretting it ever since?
No, I was 24 years old. I had just gotten out of college about a year and a half earlier. I was in accounting and absolutely hated it after I started working in that world, and had a bunch of friends that were around my age that had gotten into real estate. And, you know, I was hanging out with them one night, and I remember we were all sitting in my friend's living room, and I just looked around and I thought to myself, if these guys can do it, I can. And so I just got my license, didn't tell anybody, just went, took classes online for the local community college, because that's the only way I could afford to do it at the time. And got my license, and then got passed over for a promotion at work and was told I couldn't get another pay bump for another year. So I got 2 raises that year, and I walked into my boss's office and quit. And told her I was getting into real estate, and oddly enough, now she's my CPA. So still have a good relationship with her. Well, kind of good, but yeah. So that's just kind of how I started. Just kind of on a whim, just with other guys that were around my age, and just thought if they could do it, I can.
It's amazing how you're the boss's boss now.
Yeah. We hear about these stories, don't we? Where it's like, yeah, I'm going to just get rich and I'm going to hire you. So when you got into this crazy world, once you left the accounting space, what were your first few years like? You've been in it 16 years. Like, you know, was it right off the bat you were crushing, or was it slow? Was it part-time? Like, walk us through, you know, as best you can, your first few years to the 16th year or 17th year that you're now in, and you're doing north of 100 deals a year.
No, yeah, no problem. So I did kind of crush it right out of the gate. When I got into real estate, I had to take out a loan from my stepfather, which no one ever wants to do. And so I took out just enough to get me through the first 3 months. I started April 17th, 2006 in the training class at one of the bigger companies here. And I went through the training. I had my first closing on July 31st. So it was about 3 months and 2 weeks after I started. So I was running on fumes money wise, but I had my first closing July 31st, 2006, and then had 7 more the following month. and just went from there. In 2007, I was the #1 agent for my office, which was one of the top offices in town, #1 individual agent, and did a little over 6 million in sales, 148,000 in GCI in my very first year, full year.
Jesus. All right. So you came out the gate swinging.
Yes, sir. My business. I was 24 years old. Like I didn't say. So part of my motivation too was I had a daughter when I was 22, and her name's Mia. Great gal, love her. She just turned 18, and so I just I had to make money, and I wasn't making money doing accounting, so I had to come out of the gate swinging, like you said, and never really looked back. Needless to say, but I'll go ahead and say it anyway. After 2007, phenomenal year, my first year, and then 2008 hit. I remember I had $9 million in business lined up in the first quarter of 2008. And then the financial fallout happened. And all of a sudden, it was like dominoes just dropping, just deal after deal after deal. I think I finished out the year right around 5 million in sales total. So down from my first year, but still really good for 2008. I've done my best to block 2009, 10, and 11 completely out of my memory. So forgive me on that. I just remember in 2011, I think I closed 23 transactions, if I remember correctly. And I just remember coming home every day and feeling like I just got out of the boxing ring. It was just brutal. All the buyers thought they were overpaying. All the sellers thought they were underselling. It was just not a fun time in real estate. I'll put it that way. 2012, I really came into my own again. The market started to revive here in Albuquerque, and did just under 8 million in sales that year, and just kept going from there. And in 2015, I switched from the first company I was with to Keller Williams, and that was a huge bump for me. I don't know if I'm supposed to be mentioning company names on here. Sorry. But
fine.
Yes, Keller Williams Realty in November of 2000, I believe it was 2015, and it's been just fantastic. I still go through the growing pains with growing a team and having employees and administrative staff and things like that. Just like every other realtor that I know. I don't know anyone who just, hits a home run out of the gate with that and just has the perfect setup. I see a lot of trial and error in that. But, I have a really good crew with me now. And, it's just really three of us. It's me, myself, my fiance, Sahar, and one other gentleman that works with us. And, we did 112 sides last year and 106 the year before. And, it's a really good time to be in real estate and be successful. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, people in the last couple of years, we've heard vastly different sides of the story. So I'm just going to throw it out there. All the top producers of people out there have gone the last 2 years. I've doubled my business. It's gone crazy. I made loads of money. And then there's a whole other section which are going, there's no deals. I can't find listings. I can't do any deals. And they're like, the market's shit. And it's like, one of yours is right? And one of yours is also making money.
Yep.
We'll go with them.
That brings me into my first planned topic perfectly. The communication with clients and other realtors. And since you brought that up, I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into the realtor portion of it. I think a lot of people have newer agents come into this business because from a distance, it looks super glamorous. They know a successful realtor or several, and they see the people on TV and driving around nice cars and smiling and, making everyone happy and all that, fictional shit, I guess you could say. It happens, but that's not the job, so they go in with a preconceived notion, I think, in a lot of cases of, it's an easy job. I'm just going to open up doors and smile and shake hands and make friends with people. And yes, that is a big part of it. But, 90% of what we do is behind the curtain. People don't even know how much work we put into getting new clients and building a business and things like that. So now more than ever, I would say it is imperative not only to have great communication and relations with your clients, but also even more so in this market, I'd say it's imperative to have great relationships with other realtors and have a great stellar reputation of getting things done. There's a lot of cases where I see someone's name on a contract, another realtor that I've worked with in the past, that I know they do a good job. I know they're going to handle issues in the transactions with their clients properly. And I want to work with those people. So when I get 5, 10, 15 offers on the property, I'm going to present all offers, but I will tell my clients just what I said. And that a lot of times makes all the difference. My client might not take, well, in this market, you see some pretty crazy offers that are just completely outlandish to begin with. But, it might not be the highest offer that wins. It might just be the one that you have the best relationship with that wins, I would say. And just having that reputation right now more than ever is monumental. It's the make or break. It's the difference between being one of those realtors crying and complaining that they can't get an offer through and they're not getting any listings, or versus being super successful, in my opinion. So the second part of that, which is relations with your clients, I was just telling you when we got on, I'm having a client appreciation party tonight. For my past clients, we have probably somewhere between 40 and 50 people coming, having it at a local winery, having food catered, yada, yada, yada. I do that 3 to 4 times a year. Excuse me. I do that typically 3 to 4 times a year, me and my team. And just keeping those relationships strong. And, it's funny, now that I'm in the business for 16 years, I'm actually selling houses to my clients that I sold them their first house. Now I'm selling their kids' houses, their brothers, sisters, family. It's just amazing. It's really amazing that that you build these strong relationships with not only individuals but whole families.
This is the power of this is how you build huge, substantial real estate businesses. We've said it once, we'll say it a million times. 1, real estate is a minimum of a 10-year game. 2, every deal can turn into a minimum 7, sometimes 30. It's I'm doing a buy and then I'm doing a buy sell. Oh, their brother wants one, their sister wants one. Oh, that roofer? I got a great relationship with him. His sister's selling. And then it's they're buying and you're like, holy fuck, I got all these from actually started out with one deal over the last 10, 15 years. We were literally just speaking with someone else. We've had buy, sells, buy, sell. In our the first month, I think we've got a buy, sell, buy. And then they referred another buy or a sell. And we're like, holy fuck, in the first month, right? Because it was a great experience. We just had, another client as well. And before the deal was done, they also made a referral. It was I've just had an amazing experience, right? These things that happen all the time. This is the beauty of real estate. That $1, if you even spent $1, excluding your time, so you probably spent at least 1, has now turned into how many buys and sells over the last decade, 15 years for this family and their sons and daughters. It's I've made $100,000 or whatever off one family.
Or a couple, yeah. And you know what? And those are the ones I truly enjoy that make this, because let's face it, this is not an easy business. It is not for the faint of heart. There's a reason why there's a 90% fail rate in the first 3 years. It's tough. But once you figure out the algorithm, and you crack that code, it's just amazing. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. Well, let me rephrase that. I could see myself doing other things, but I would always have my real estate license, and I would hope to always have my real estate business running as well.
Well, to be fair, with those referrals coming in, even if you wanted to go back to accounting, because it sounds like you love it so much, I'm sure those deals would still come in.
Oh, and by the way, you might not have known this, but we've already helped over 100 agents cross over $100,000 per year and up in GCI with our predictable and scalable systems. So if you're interested in learning more about our courses and coaching to help you scale your business to 6 figures and beyond, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com.